Before the time of giants, we lived freely under the sun and moon. Centuries have passed, but those stories of the surface world have been passed down through the generations. Now the giants are gone, and you, vanguard, must venture out into the wilds once more on an urgent mission. Be brave and do not falter. Welcome everyone to another Smalland video. We want to cover what we know so far from the game's inception from January 2017 with two friends sitting in an airport in Istanbul talking about how to change the survival game and turn it on its head. What they've done is taken a small idea and concept and turned it into something that a lot of survival games haven't done before, and that's having yourself be a small person in a large environment. Going from not only surviving what happens in the nature and wilderness, but also surviving the environment itself. Developed and published in-house, Smalland Survive the Wilds challenges players to survive as one of a race of tiny people in a vast, hazardous world. Players will explore the game's beautiful world, battle everyday creatures which now see them as a lower on the food chain, build encampments, and craft powerful armor sets with scavenged resources. I want to cover some of the key features we have to discover in this game. As you gain a foothold in this dangerous environment, you'll be able to find creatures to tame and ride as you battle the elements and explore the world from a whole new perspective. You'll also be able to explore a vast and towering world as the Smallfolk, playing with up to 9 other friends in 10-person multiplayer availability, and explore the world and survive together, or toggle friendly fire to bring the fight to others. Traverse lake-sized puddles, scale skyscraper-sized trees, scramble through cavernous cracks and roads as you experience a huge open world from a new perspective. Uncover lore and folk secrets from hidden NPCs scattered throughout the world and learn to survive in this hostile wilderness. Learn to tame wild creatures from damselflies to spiders, each mount providing a unique means of travel. The world and its inhabitants are yours to conquer. Scavenge, refine, and craft resources to build your encampment on the ground or in the canopy. Craft powerful armor sets to personalize your appearance and grant you resistance from the elements, along with the abilities needed to survive. Throughout early access, the Smalland team will be providing content updates, which will be outlined in a roadmap at a later date. Also be other updates and changes based on our responses to community feedback from Discord, Steam forums, and Twitter. Updates will contain new creatures, areas, weapons, and features. Storyline: become a vanguard for the Smallfolk. Be one of the first to venture into the overworld to save your people, tame the lands, and uncover the mysteries of the worlds above. Building is also another option where you can set up a safe haven in your great tree and take your sanctuary to other servers or build outposts lower to the ground in the overworld below. Create a base, find new decorations, and turn an antagonistic wild world into a place you can call home. Crafting is another option. Stone, chitin, bone. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for you. Fashion scythes, hammers, arrows, and more out of your foes and work your way up the food chain, one swing at a time. Survival is the biggest key aspect of the game. When there are no mandibles grabbing at you, you'll need to endure the temperature, weather, heights, and the overall environment. A small stream in a crack in a rock is a crashing river and gaping chasm when you're only 2 inches tall. Fighting is going to be a huge aspect of the game. There's always something bigger. You'll need to prepare to take on your foes, knowing how they attack, what methods they employ, and how to counter them, whether that means finding out their weaknesses or enhancing your strengths. Hey, what's going on everybody? So that's the gist of what we know so far. That's taken from Discord, that's taken from the Merge Games and Smalland Games development pages. And just to dive a little bit deeper into some of the aspects of the game that we're quickly approaching on early access release on March 29th. So here in about 3.5 weeks. One of the things they've talked about with PvP in general is that it's planned to be a collaborative experience. Limited experience in initial early access, obviously. They don't want to jump into PvP and deal with that situation. So as early access rolls out, there's going to be more experiences to delve into in terms of PvP. So you can look at PvE as the main part. Friendly fire is an option, and we'll jump into that a little bit later. As I said, friendly fire is an option, and you can join worlds that have friendly fire enabled, or you can enable it yourself to just kind of go against your friends if you want to. But in terms of PvP giant servers, there's nothing planned as of yet. In the different worlds you experience, you can fight, loot, and destroy anything that isn't saved at a player's private great tree. The Great Tree is a sort of safe haven for each player that can delve into. And you can kind of make that your own area that's safe from, as far as I know, insects and PvP players alike. So nothing that you build in your Great Tree that you can claim will be able to be looted or destroyed or messed with from any other players or creatures. Like I said, there are more PvP features to be added during early access. Right now, they don't want to jump too far into it because they don't want to take away the experience of everything they've already created in the world itself. So more to come on that. Now, speaking of servers, we do have local servers that are going to be implemented in early access with a design for dedicated servers to be available at 1.0 release. So you can, at this moment, create or join worlds of others. Worlds can be open or they can be password protected. At the moment, they plan on having 10-player multiplayer, so yourself and 9 other friends is the option that will be introduced in early access. And there has been no word as of now if they plan to make larger servers than that. There's a peaceful mode where you can enable to have creatures be passive to you, but they will attack upon you attacking them. So something to be cautious and mindful about. Friendly fire we discussed a couple times now. That is an option to be enabled if you want to go beat up your friends and test your guys' mettle against each other. Join Worlds page has different options such as all, friends, favorites, unlocked, and friendly fire. No word on if these are search filters that you can set up or if you just click on one and it's going to show you every option itself. As I stated before, local servers are going to be the option to start from right now, with dedicated servers being planned for the 1.0 release. So as far as I know right now, obviously new creatures, areas, weapons, armor, and everything is going to be implemented over the course of early access. There should be a roadmap available soon, and any information we get on that will be provided to you guys as soon as we have that information. But Smalland is looking out to be a great game with basically 6 years in development now since its inception of the idea of 2 people sitting in an airport. And right now it looks pretty great. So I'm excited about it. Hopefully you guys are too. Stay tuned for more information coming soon. That's all we got for this one, guys. Take care of yourselves and each other's. Stay original, my friends. Later.